This cheese and tomato omelette bake could soon become one of your most used recipes. It uses minimum ingredients, most of which you will probably have in your store cupboard, so there's no stopping you, and it can be used for any occasion, whether it's picnics, for lunches, for dinners, or for a snack any time of the day. So the ingredients couldn't be simpler. I'm using Tilda steamed pure Basmati rice, tomatoes, some grated cheese, eggs that have been separated, peas, and a little bit of oil. And that is it. Now, the first thing I need to do is just bake the tomatoes, just to take that initial rawness out of them. So I'm going to take them off the vine, straight onto a roasting tray, coat them in just a little bit of vegetable or olive oil, and then pop those in the oven for about 15 minutes until the skins are just about to burst. Now these are now cooked, so I'm going to pop them straight into a bowl, just to cool down slightly. Now for the rice, I'm using the Tilda pure steamed Basmati rice for really nice, delicate flavour. And to prepare this, you just want to gently massage the pack, tear open the top by about 2 centimetres, and simply place it in the microwave for 2 minutes. So tear off the top. The rice is steaming hot. Let's just tip this straight onto the top of those tomatoes. Now Tilda has a range of 15 recipe rices, a variety of flavours, many of which would work really well in this actual recipe, and you can tailor the different ingredients to add into this to suit the rice that you're using. One of my current favourites is the mushroom, and if I've got any leftover chicken, I'll also put that in here as well. I'm going to put in here some peas. This is just straight from the freezer and have defrosted lightly, and some egg yolks, 4 egg yolks, and half of the measured quantity of cheese. I'm going to save the other half to place on the top of the omelette before I cook it. Then just mix together. It's a great vegetarian recipe, and if you wanted to add any meat into this, you could put some chorizo or chicken, or even prawns would work nicely in there as well. Now the egg whites, I'm just going to whisk these. I'm going to be very lazy and do it with an electric whisk, but you can do it by hand if you want to. Great way of taking any frustrations out. There we go, I've just whisked those until they've reached sort of a stiff peak consistency. And then I'm going to just transfer that into the bowl with the rice and all of those other ingredients. And this will add a nice bit of air and lift to the baked omelette that we're going to do. So just fold it all together. And let's add some seasoning as well, just enough to taste. Some pepper and salt. There we go. And then tip this into a prepared tin. So it's just been greased and lined with a little bit of baking paper just to stop it from sticking whilst cooking. I'll tip that in. Just flatten the surface for even cooking. And then scatter the rest of this cheese over the top. And that will go nice and golden and bubbling once cooking. And you want to place this in the oven to cook for about 15 minutes until golden on top. Lovely and golden on top, and when I tap the edge, I can see that it's just slightly soft still, wobbling in that pan, which means it's going to be really delicious and nice and moist inside. I'm just going to open the edge of that tin. Let's just take the outside of the tin away, and then try and carefully lift, which shouldn't be difficult at all because you've got that greaseproof paper underneath. Transfer this to a plate or a serving board. This is a brilliant alternative to a quiche or a pizza for a meal, and it's actually a meal in one because you've got the rice in there for the carbohydrate, you've got plenty of protein and vegetables coming from the peas. Let's cut out a wedge, and it can be served hot, warm or cold. Any leftovers are great for a picnic or for a packed lunch. So this cheese and tomato omelette bake is really versatile and a great example to show you not to be scared to be adventurous with rice.